Hi guys, it's Ian Nelson here with Reluctant Runner Racing and Salt City Trail Running. I'm going to be taking over for Scott at Salt City. He's still around. Hopefully we'll get him out for a 50K. Here we're doing a little video. There's a couple changes to the English's Ridge Rumble and then a couple other notes too that I've got for you. Saturday, April 8th, registration closes for English's Ridge Rumble. After that point, whatever distance you've registered for, we're going to keep it, right? I'm not going to make any changes after that. If you have any questions, certainly you can find the information at the Ultra sign up page, the Reluctant Runner Racing race page, and certainly reach out and ask questions. I'm happy to take those. I do want to give a shout out to Pam and Jerry for coming out and recording and taking pictures of the races. They've been a great part of the community, and we owe them a lot. So when you see them, smile, give them a wave, and thank them for coming out and helping build the community here at Life is Trail Running. If you know anybody that wants to volunteer, then certainly have them reach out. We can take volunteers for packet pickup, for aid station, for course marking, course sweeping, marshaling. If you're interested in coming out even for a few hours, we'd love to have you. So reach out and let me know when you're available if you want help. I'll probably be sending out a runner email, the race email, on the 9th or 10th of April. Just don't get nervous if it gets a little bit too late. I'm just gonna wait for registration to close, and then I'll send out an email to everybody at that point with a few more race details. So come along for a little bit of Ridge Rumble preview. All right guys, so here's the first intersection that is a little bit different than what we've done in the past. So we're just under a mile in. We've come up across the road. Gone up the hill and starting to work our way back down. Over my shoulder, there's the campground behind us, okay? So in the past, we've run behind the campground. What we're gonna do this year is go in front of the campground, okay? So come down the hill, instead of staying to the right, we're gonna stay to the left and then kind of make the second right and cross back over the road. And we'll see that in a minute. Okay, so we've now taken the second right, come down and made a quick U-turn to the left, back across the campground road that you can see. And what we're gonna do is just go down the road maybe 25 yards, just past the rocks, and cut back into the trail at that point. All right, runners, as you come out of this new trail, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a right and go up the hill. Okay, this is the connector that kind of goes up to the campground. You're gonna go up the hill and then you're gonna turn left towards Hernia Hill. You will come back and do this after you finish the Serengeti part of the course. You'll come back down, so there'll be some overlap, but hopefully making this change will avoid some of the confusion up at the top of the hill that we'll take a look at in a little while. All right guys, just a real quick note here. Now we've come up the connector, we've turned left, we're coming down. This is kind of the power line clearing that connects up to the Serengeti. In the past, this has been one kind of intersection where people get confused because there's a couple different places to go. So we just want to make sure, and we'll have dragons and some signs out also, that when you come into the clearing, right underneath the power lines, you're going to take a right, take only the first right up to the connector. We've come up the power line and we're at about 2.5 miles at the most And this is where the aid station is going to be, somewhere in this vicinity. Don't stop at the aid station, but just kind of keep rolling down to the quarry in the Serengeti. So now we've just come from the Serengeti, coming off the Serengeti, and we're back at the aid station that you would have seen about mile 2. Now we're around mile 6, just over. This would be the time to stop. And we'll have an assortment of the usual aid station, trail and ultra aid station type fare. Vegan, regular, unleaded, all of it. Don't stay for too long. Get something, refill, and keep it moving. All right, guys, so we've done the Serengeti, we stopped at the aid station. Now we're coming down towards the campground. A little bit of a twist. Instead of staying on the campground road, we're gonna jump into the pinewood forest here and just do a quick loop in and back out, and you'll see where we pop out here in a couple minutes. We're at 6.5, 7 miles. We've finished Serengeti Loop. We've come down the campground road, and now we're coming down. We're going to do this. In the past, this is where there was some confusion about left, straight, up, down, whatever. So now we're coming back down. We're going to turn the left here, back down the hill, and head over towards the golf course side of the trail. After you do Serengeti aid station, come back down Campground Road. You're coming back down. Now we're at mile 7+. We're coming back to the same intersection, but we're going to stay to the right, and we're going to head towards the golf course, over the bridge, over the footbridge. All right, so just a real quick note. This is a golf course loop, is what I'm calling it for now. So you're going to come across the footbridge, and you're going to stay to the right. You go up to the old growth forest, and you make that left up the big hill through the old growth. You're going to come make a left down the trail, and then you'll come back down this hill here on your way back across the footbridge and down to Round Lake. All right, so I get the question a lot, reluctant runner racing. Why reluctant runner? It's because I actually don't like running at all. Never have, never will. I do it for social reasons, I do it for fitness, but if I could live a good, healthy, happy life without running, boom, I would do it in a heartbeat. That's the short story for why I chose reluctant runner racing. So some other upcoming reluctant runner racing and Salt City trail running races coming up this spring. See, April 15th is the Ridge Rumble at Green Lakes. The next one is the end of May, a new format of trail racing called the Madness Elimination Trail, otherwise known as Trail Prom. It's a tournament style co-ed team trail race. We have that at Highland Forest. Then in June 25th is Table Rock Trail Challenge. So that's a little over a mile long loop with a last person standing format. So those are the spring races. Next fall, September 30th, is a walk in the park known as Morgan Hill Meat Grinder. So we've got a few different things going on for Meat Grinder, but that registration is open. Then we've got October 30th is the Summit 50/50, which is down at Allegheny State Park, down along the southern tier of New York. Beautiful park. It's the Summit 50/50. It is 50K, 50 mile, and 25K. And then shortly after that, early November, we'll do the Clark's 6-hour trail race. That'll be probably the first weekend in November. So registration for most of the races is open on Ultra Sign Up. You can find information at reluctantrunnerracing.com.
And yeah, feel free to reach out with any questions you have. Look forward to seeing you at the Salt City and Reluctant Runner races this year. All right, guys, that's it. We'll just go on to the finish shoot when you see that up for the race. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. Thank you to Pam and Jerry from Life is Trail Running for doing the video. And we look forward to seeing you on April 15th.